Stephen Kerr is the Conservative MP for Stirling and joins us now. Morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you think a leadership challenge is imminent?
Absolutely not. I don't think there's any sign among colleagues that there's any desire whatsoever to change the leadership.
Well, some are calling for a vote of no confidence.
Well, some may well be. I mean, a few may well be. But you heard yesterday from people like David Davis, Ian Duncan-Smith, Jacob Rees-Mogg. People are behind the Prime Minister's leadership. It's a change of policy that they are seeking rather than the change of leader.
If there were a vote of no confidence, would you support the Prime Minister?
I absolutely would. I made a speech Monday in the House of Commons on the subject of leaving the EU, and I made it clear then that I support the Prime Minister. I admire the way the Prime Minister is going about her job. I think she embodies the very essence of what it means to serve one's country and to be dutiful. And so I fully support the Prime Minister.
So you support the Prime Minister, but you don't support the plan she's come up with?
I support. Largely, I do support the Chequers plan, but there are elements of it, and I would probably suggest the critical elements of it, that I have reservations about. I have reservations about the Common Rule Book, and I have reservations about the customs model that's being put forward, and for this very simple reason, that I don't think it will be acceptable to the EU. I think Barnier and Juncker have made it absolutely clear that the integrity of the EU single market is something that they are prepared to lay down a marker on, and I can't blame them for that. And therefore, what I called for on Monday and believe that the Prime Minister should do, having done everything she can thus far to get the deal that will work for the United Kingdom and all parts of the United Kingdom, is to pivot towards the free trade agreement that she described in her Lancaster House speech and also in the Mansion House speech. And those were speeches around which the Conservative Party was united.
So you would prefer then David Davis and Jacob Rees-Mogg's proposals on that front?
Well, I think that the way ahead for us is to accept the offer that Donald Tusk and Jean-Claude Juncker have made very publicly and openly for an unprecedented, full and special free trade agreement to create a free trade area between the United Kingdom and the European Union. I think that's what they have said is on offer. If you like, in the terminology of this debate, it's a Canada plus plus. And I think that is absolutely the direction that we should now look at. I think it's very unlikely that the European Union is going to turn on do somersaults on its constitutional arrangements and allow the United Kingdom to act as a tax collector on our borders for the European Union.
Do you think Brexit can be done in time? Can a deal be done in time?
I think, again, we've got the words of Michel Barnier as well as the words of the Prime Minister and Dominic Raab. They are suggesting, I think there's the unanimity around this, that a deal can be done within the next 4 to 6 weeks. They're looking at something before the end of October, perhaps a special meeting of the EU27 in November. So it looks very likely that a withdrawal agreement can be done. And I think the sticking point there, as everyone will be aware, is the issue of the Northern Ireland border. I mean, the issue really comes down to this. It's very hard to do this in two parts. It's very hard to negotiate the withdrawal without talking about the future relationship. And I wish, and have said this consistently, that I wish that these things had been done simultaneously rather than sequentially, because I think that has created a problem. And it's a problem, to be fair, that the Prime Minister has made every effort to address, and certainly the White Paper, the Chequers Agreement, was an attempt to do that. And I salute her for that.
Your liking. OK, Stephen Kerr, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks for joining us this morning. He's the Conservative MP for Stirling, 19 minutes past 7.